Morning, family and friends. Day 28, May 25th, 15 miles, 15.1 miles, Route 94 Vernon to 17A in New York. And today, we do a section of trail that I've been training on for all my backpacks for the last 17 years. So it's kind of special to me. Looking forward to it. Now it's official. So kind of overcast, still breezy a little bit, cool temperatures. Should get a little warmer than yesterday. I'll be showing you some fine views up at the top while we're on the mountain. Show you some really good step construction going up on this switchback up the mountain. And here's your first glimpse of the mountain. Right there while we're on the mountain. That's where we're going. Wow. We're supposed to get some rain maybe tomorrow, but we really need it. It hasn't rained in over 2 weeks. The streams are starting to shrivel up a bit. Saw plenty of water yesterday coming down Pochuck Mountain, which was a good sign. So, let's go. Social media has also posted this as a stairway to heaven. We'll show you exactly what those are. Those are some really nicely constructed steps. There's two sections of really good, really cool steps here. We'll show both of them to you. Usually when I come through here, my backpack weighs, depending upon what I'm training for, either between 35 or 45 pounds. I've had it loaded up at times, especially when I went on the Smokies trip. But today, if my backpack weighs 12 pounds, that's a lot. That's one of the advantages of slack packing. Be able to travel light, but get done what you gotta get done. Here's our first set of rocky ups. I guess you could say, in some respect, these rocks prepared me for Pennsylvania, although my feet weren't ready for Pennsylvania. All the blister issues that I had. Hopefully, with these shoes, new shoes and these Injinji socks, I won't experience that anymore. Yesterday was a plus, no issues. Nice steps. Here's another nice set of rock steps constructed. That's amazing how they plate these things in place. Whoops. Sometimes on a weekend, this place is so crowded. I mean, one time in October last year, I came back from a 13-mile hike. It was one row of people going up, and one row of people going down. It was horrible. Not today, I'm the only one. Well, here's the beginning of the big climb up, the stairway to heaven, if you will. Just past a flip-flopper who started at Front Royal. He's taking a little breather up top there, or behind me. He's not used to this, he's from Florida. And he had an injury. He said he had to go trail for 3 weeks. So he's just getting back to it. This rock must have slid down this winter because it's never been like this. Oh, here's the quote stairway. Goes up, up, up. I thought that was a little bit tight. Thank God, but these steps are remarkable. How they built these things. Almost up. We're up top of the steps. Now a little bit further, I'll bring you to the view. This is a sign that you're almost at the viewpoint. Hang a left down this side trail. A lot of people miss this, believe it or not. You know, they don't know how to hike. And I've met people that are mile passes looking for the view. But here we are approaching it. And here we are, folks, up at the top of Wabion Mountain at the vista. I'll zoom you in a bit. That's Mountain Creek ski area over there. We scan here. This is Pochuck Mountain where we were yesterday. There's the top of Pochuck right there. And then we came down. And let me see. Oh yeah, you can just barely make out High Point. See if I can get it in here. First, let me find it. Should be right there. Yeah, you can't see it, the clouds are in the way. But up on top of that peak there, that's High Point. That's where we were yesterday. Oh yeah. Hold on. And over here, if you could see, is the Catskill Mountains. But it's hazy today. You can't see it. So, and this down here below is Vernon Valley. Cool. This place is usually on the weekends, it's just packed full of people. but I'm fortunate that I'm the only one up here right now. Coming down off the viewpoint, back here behind this big rock, there's a lot of good stealth camping here. A lot of good possibilities. You know, although you're not supposed to, this is Waweanda State Park, they don't allow any overnight camping. But I've never seen a ridge runner up here to say you can't. So obviously a lot of hikers have made this a camp spot. And now we're at the viewless summit of Waweanda Mountain. The old AT was rerouted through here, but the old AT, I should say, goes 0.8 that way. What's in here? So there's a bunch of junk. Oh, just a register. Let me see who signed it, if anybody I know. No, nobody signed it that I know of. So next stop is to the stream. I have to get some water. And basically we're heading all the way down to the stream. And usually if I'm going to see a bear, it's going to be between this section, this little section, and the stream. That's where I always see bear. Always. So keep an eye out. Hopefully we'll see one. So this is my favorite part of the AT in New Jersey. Wow, this stream. Look what little craftsmanship of somebody here. That's pretty cool. Very neat. So that guy at the stream, he is Sluggo from Florida. And he's flip-flopping, started Front Royal. He got injured, stayed off the trail for 3 weeks. Now he's just coming back. This is his second week, so he's taking it slow again. Coming up on Barrett Road, and last year I put a couple coolers out here, Trail Magic, for the through hikers. I wonder if anybody has reciprocated. Nope. But we used to put it right here, and it's a nice surprise for all the through hikers coming through. Got a lot of nice comments in my hiker journal. So let's see, 3 miles is Waweanda Shelter. But this is a nice trail. Goes a little bump up, but it's not that difficult. So it's a pretty nice trail for a while. Here's Waweanda Shelter. I'll take you down in here and show you what this is all about. This is a nice area. So this is Waweanda Shelter. For whatever reason, they call it the Waweanda Hilton. But you can see there's all kinds of camping area out here. And I think there's somebody in the shelter. But this is a pretty nice area. Bear box, privy, everything. Pretty cool. Oh, there's nobody here. What? Wow, some really cool walking sticks, a chair, a saw, and the hiker shelter book. Let's see who's in there. Well, the only people I recognize in the hiker book is a trout family. There's a people that's hiking with 7 kids, a family of 7, I should say, from preteen to teenage kids. I met them in Duncannon, Pennsylvania. So they're in New York now. I think that entry was 2 days ago. Beaver Dam. So I just had my first bit of trail magic. Well, not first. I had my first is in Duncannon, Pennsylvania. But there's a woman who came up to this intersection. I just crossed Warwick Turnpike. And a woman came up just as I had crossed Warwick Turnpike. She says, in her car, she says, "Are you a thru-hiker?" I said, "Yeah." And she says, I have some would you like a brownie?" I says, "Well, sure." And then we got to talking. She's actually the sister of, and I know my #1 trail angel will know this, and anybody else watching other thru-hikers, her brother is happy on the trail. And right now, and actually, he's from New Jersey. He sounds nothing like a Jersey guy. But she says that right now he's injured. He's off trail up in New York State. He has problems with his knee. So he's thinking about maybe going to Katahdin and going southbound. I don't know. She doesn't know, but he's convalescing right now. So yeah, so I had a brownie as I spoke to her. And she's going to leave the brownies in a cooler on the trail side. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing. Wow, happy on the trail. Met his sister. How about that? Yeah, she also said that Happy got off the trail in Pennsylvania, went down to trail days, and that's when his knee started giving him problems. But so she asked me if I have a YouTube channel. I says, yeah. I told her, EB on the AT. So she should check it out. So very cool. Okay, so back to the hike. We just crossed Warwick Turnpike. We're out of Wawayanda State Park. And we're meandering still in New Jersey. We're going to be crossing, maybe about an hour, the actual New York-New Jersey border. And then we'll be in New York for good. So this is a fairly mellow part of the trail. And then once we have to do some boulder scrambles and stuff like that this afternoon. Of course, we'll bring that to you. So this area here, I'm coming on a little incline here. If you remember, I met a guy right outside of Boiling Spring. His name was Flash. He was going SOBO. He was a flip-flopper, but started in New York at the Connecticut-New York border. I met him right around here when he was going north or going south, and I was just doing my training hike. So yeah, Flash. If you remember, he, yeah, right outside of Boiling Spring, he actually remembered me. But see, I'd say that's probably maybe 300 AT trail miles from here. Has to be at least. But yeah, I thought I'd mention that. You can tell we're getting close to the New York-New Jersey border because it's going to start a rock scramble. I should say we're starting a rock scramble, getting closer to the border. Start the momentary rock scramble, boulder scramble. We come out to this, and unfortunately, trees are in the way, but it's blocking us from a nice view. Once we get to Prospect Rock, that'll give us a nice view into Greenwood Lake. So we're going to follow this rock ledge a little bit. It's a lot different than I was training here last month because all the leaves are out now. Before, they weren't even out yet. So it was a lot clearer views to my east. Okay, so we got this a little bit. I'll bring you back once we get to the New York, New Jersey border in a little bit. Here we go, coming up on crossing off a new state, another state, because we are at the border of New York, New Jersey, and New York. And here we go, officially stepping in to New York. So, the complete list. Maryland, complete. Pennsylvania, complete. New Jersey, complete. That's 3 out of 14. That leaves us 11 states left. Well, 10 and a half, because we got half of West Virginia. We'll conquer West Virginia when we flip back down Harper's Ferry once we summit Katahdin. So yeah, slowly but surely, very slowly but surely, we're clicking them all off. Next, we're going to look for the flagpole that has a flag that's really ratted, ripped, torn, a mess. And I brought an old flag from home that I want to put it up, because especially this coming weekend, Memorial Day, we should not have an American flag that's barely discernible that it's an American flag. Wait till you see this thing. Thank God, Old Glory stands. Somebody replaced the flag. That's good. That's good stuff. America. On top of Prospect Rock, looking east at the Greenwood Lake. And I think to my right, I remember when I was training here, I was able to see Manhattan. But it's kind of hazy today. Let me see. That's a nice house right there, huh? How'd you like to live there? I remember it's a country club. I see several boat slips. Lunchtime. Cannot see Manhattan. It's too hazy. There's some nice houses. Something I can never afford for sure. It's like there's somebody in a lake. But New York, Manhattan, is, I can see it, but I can't show it through the camera. It's right up on that, hold on. It's right up there. I can see it with my eyes, but you can't see it with the camera. I don't know, maybe it'll come out, I don't know, but I don't think you can see it. Now this is always fun when I was training. I gotta get down there. But in order to do that, I gotta skirt this rock, use his handholds here, and then kind of go down on a diagonal. I'm not gonna film doing that. I need two hands. Successfully negotiated. I go this way, on the side, down there, grab that tree, come down this way. What do you got to do? Furnace Brook. I'd like to know where this water's coming from up top here. But it goes down into the stream. Little waterfall. Kind of wet to go and show it to you, but it's a waterfall. I could sit and listen to this all day. But gotta hike. This trail is going to bring us to the other side of Greenwood Lake, where we will be exposed again, doing more boulder hopping and rock hopping and getting some good views of the lake. We'll be there shortly. So one final push up to elevation to the other side, and I don't know if you can see, but there's a ladder, so to help us get up. Oops. Over here. Okay, I'll need two hands. Sorry folks, can't do balancing act up those ladder rungs. Alright, I made it up. A little bit more elevation. Put my sticks away. I can do this better without them. That was a big step. My knee felt that one. It's a good thing I have a titanium knee. Didn't feel that bad. As I said, on the other side of the lake, but when I was back here training here last April, all these trees were bare. Got a really nice view of the lake. Not so much now. Like I said, boulder scrambles. No big deal. But it's just that when you get up top here, the sun's baking you. Fortunately, there's some breeze. Oh. Is this right? Yeah, I guess so. I think this rock is pudding stone. And we get a little reprieve from the sun, but don't worry, we'll pop back up. Yeah, I know. You were wondering when I was panning around, where's the blaze? It's right here. Oh, they popped us down in the woods one more time, but we're going to go up one last boulder scramble before we start descending. It is quite baking up there. Once you're in the sun, you're really baking. Down here, it's unbelievable, the temperature difference. It's got to be 5-6 degrees difference. Okay. Yeah, we got to go up that thing. Ooh, that was a big step. Okay. Oh, another big step. Oh, not that big. Seem bigger. Well, this is my 5th time coming through here, if you count the training. So now all these big steps aren't as big as they were in the beginning. That was it. Nice little rock scramble. Well, color me forgetful, but there is one more pop out here. I thought that was the last one. One more teaser ridge walk. Actually, down there is about the end of, see it, no you can't. It's at the end of Greenwood Lake. And this is about the end of boulder walking for me. To be continued. Finally pop out to a view. Like I say, the end of Greenwood Lake is around here someplace. Well, actually, when we dip it back into the woods in a little bit. But yeah, we're coming to the end of Greenwood Lake. Let's get out of the sun into the woods. Now a nice gentle woods walk, descending ever so slightly down to New York 17A. I think we're probably 2.5 miles from there, where my #1 trail angel is going to pick me up, and we will be complete with Slack Pack Day 2 of 4. That's a cool sign. Vista View, 0.1 miles. It just came from there. Village of Greenwood Lake, 0.9. Georgia 1360, Maine 819, Appalachian Trail here, and choose happiness. All right, coming up to our first New York State power line view. Let's see what they have to offer. Okay, nothing there. Let's turn her around, 180, and it's okay. I think it's a mountain I have to go up tomorrow, because that's Peters Mountain, because I'm only half a mile away from 17A. Well, coming up to the end of today's hike, coming out to the parking lot. And there's my #1 trail angel waiting for me. So, comments, stats later on when I'm in the hammock with a beer. Hello, folks. Well, from the comforts of my hammock at home, my recreation hammock, not my sleeping hammock, final stats and comments. So we did 15.1 miles today from Warwick 94 in Vernon up while beyond the mountain. Saw the shelter. Oh, we saw, I know it doesn't mean much to you, but to some of the folks that are watching here, I know my #1 trail angel, I got trail magic for the second time on this trip from one of the YouTube guys that we follow on Hike. Met her, and what else? Yeah, so we went up a lot of boulders, scrambling as you saw in the sun. Kind of hot today. Tomorrow we'll be doing over 17 miles through Harriman State Park. So I'll have to leave early for that. And that's about it. So it was a fun day. It was a good day. Another sunny day. Tomorrow may be a little bit rainy, but we need the rain. We need a lot of rain because a lot of the streams are drying up and can't have that. So bring on the rain. That's what I say. I mean, we've had 2.5 weeks of great weather. We need to pay the pauper and let's get wet while we're out there. So that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, and one other thing. If you guys want to know anything about my hike, about long distance hiking, about, I don't care, anything that I mentioned, even ham radio, as I said, I'm involved in, just drop a comment or something, and I'll be glad to answer that during the day. So take care. Thanks very much for watching, and good night, and God bless.